You may be wondering to yourself, what does this poorly painted blaster with its poorly painted magazine, a poorly painted barrel with foregrip, these two pieces of pipe, this Recon Mark II, this broken Recon Mark II, this half-dart kit and plunger tube assembly from Worker, this tuning kit, this half-dart mag, all have to do with each other? The fact that we just hit 500 subscribers, which is a little insane. And to celebrate, I think it's only right that I work on an old blaster and bring it up to the modern standard. We made it to 500 subscribers, guys, and I can't thank y'all enough. Let's make some really cool blasters. Now, to clear up what all I just put out on the table, I'm going to basically pull it out all again and explain what's actually happening here. So, starting from the beginning, yes, we hit 500 subscribers, which is incredible, and I can't thank y'all enough for it. But for it, I wanted to do something a little bit special. This is a blaster that I think is probably one of my first mods. Not my first mod, I know what that is. It was a strong arm, and I think I actually, yeah, I still have it. But this is my first primary blaster mod I did, which is a Recon. You can't tell by the yellow all over the place. But this thing has gone through so many different iterations, so many different internals, so many whatevers to try to make it work because I kept on breaking it because I'm a schmuck. This used to be my main blaster that I would use for a lot of my beginning days as a nerfer. And it's called the Ner-Fun because it's a rough-looking Recon. I don't think there's anything else I really need to say about it, because I did a horrible job with the paint. There's 3 different layers of paint on this thing, and then retaliator foregrip that you can see bleeding through, and everything else is just, yeah. This thing has been around for who knows how long at this point. And this is also a Retaliator magazine from when I got my first Retaliator, way back when. That's besides the point. I want to modernize this. I want to make it so I'll actually use this thing in battle again and maybe bring it out for stuff. I don't know. But to do that, we need some special parts. Thankfully, with a piece that's left over from this kit, maybe this spring, maybe a different one, I don't know, we'll see if this is too strong. This half-dart kit and plunger tube assembly, and part of the internals to this thing, will make this thing into an actual modern, viable, usable blaster. I say we get some classic firing demos of Ner-Fun in action before we soup it up to its modern standard, just to get a little taste of what the past was. Enough talk. Let's get modding. Alright, we are actually going to start off with a chrono test of the Ner-Fun to see just what old school performance actually used to look like. I'm going to do it without the barrel just to give it the best chance, and we are using nitro shot darts because, naturally. 32, 50, 38. Keep in mind, I don't know what a stock Recon's performance actually is, and this is somewhat different, I thought. 41, 42, 36, 44, 51, 34, 38, and finally, 40 on the dot. Yikes. Also real fast, before I go too far, I do actually have pictures of when this thing was fully complete, and I guess I'll show off a little slideshow of them here now. Yeah, just a couple, because I thought this thing was the coolest in the world. I loved the Recon when it first came out, and when I had gotten one from a friend of mine, I'm like, sick, it's gonna be my coolest thing ever, I'm gonna be able to do so much cool stuff. And then Retaliator was the thing, and then the Rifle Apollo came out, and then I didn't have all the materials nor the skill to make this thing as good as I wanted it to. But now I do. Now I have the resources to actually do whatever I want. And what I want to do is to make this thing shoot half darts with half dart mags, because these ones will look thematically appropriate. And I need to get a new stock on here. Maybe I'll steal one from the other one, but who knows. Enough jibber jabber. Let's crack this thing open. Alright, we're gonna start just with, obviously, basic removal of the outer extremities. And now we really just gotta crack into this thing. So, first thing I will be doing is getting all of the unnecessary pieces out. So the original bolt sled, the reverse plunger, the spring, I'll just put in my spring bin. But everything else I don't need is going to be taken out, and then I'm going to have to make some modifications to the blaster to actually make the plunger tube and everything fit, which I will show in here as well. So for those of you who have never made a Retalicon, well, now you're going to see a way you can do it. Obviously, most Retalicons are actually going to look much better than this, but for thematic purposes, we're doing it to this. So let's crack it open. Alright, let's see what the inside of this beaut looks like. And sadly, some of these screws are also slightly stripped too, so get a load of that. So there's our stock spring. In the bin you go. And I had used... oh, Lord. I had doubled up the catch spring as well. And it looks like I had used O-rings as spacers to try to get extra power out of this thing. Take the O-ring off of that too. This is also just going to get tossed in the garbage. What else? Did I really need to double the trigger spring? I had springs for stuff, I guess I might as well double up everything, right? Alright. That can come out of there. Jeez, this thing has like paint residue in it. Let's see here. So I'm gonna fit this in here first, just to get a feel for that. Alright, that is now all locked into place. And jeepers, looking at that now is crazy. Then I'm pretty sure I have to make some cuts on the blaster to make this all fit into place. Yeah, I gotta cut some bits right in there to make this actually fit. And I think I gotta shave this down a wee little bit too. So I'm gonna take care of that and we'll be right back. so I have cut up all the little bits I need to make the plunger tube fit, which is good. It now fits in there with both shells, or both halves of the shell nice and smooth. Now I need to actually open up this guy, because he's actually got something very special we need to take out of him. Let me get the angle right. Yeah. He's got a metal bolt sled in there. So we're going to put that in this sucker. We're going to open it up, put the bolt sled in there, so I can actually, you know, use this thing. Where's my screwdriver? Where did I put the... Who took my screwdriver? Where's my big screwdriver? I have hidden it. Let's open her up. Now here's an interesting sight. I forgot to put a metal catch in this thing. Oh. Do I want to use that in the Ner-Fun? I don't know. I don't know if it needs to go that entirely far, because I think there might actually be another blaster this could be useful in. Alright, now I gotta punch this pin out so I can actually get this breech off, because I don't need this breech. And how am I gonna do that, you ask? Sheer brute force, I tell you. Just like that. Oh jeez. Now my screwdriver is the post. We're gonna put this breech onto this bolt sled, and then we'll be all fine and dandy. Nice. Alright. Got my lube handy, because it is still lubed from the last blaster it was in. However, re-lubing is never a bad idea for stuff like this. Alright, so I found out I actually do have a piece of pipe that is the exact size I need it to be. Because you need to have a piece of pipe, and for all you nerds out there, this is, come on now, 3/4 inch PVC. And this is going to be sort of a guide for the spring and plunger to stay aligned as it's being primed, of course. And this is just gonna go right in here, so I gotta cut off a little bit. So I'm gonna cut it with my little saw here. Obviously when I have a better position, but just showing off what I'm doing. And that'll be the last piece for inside. Also catch. Oh, I'm guessing this catch does not work from here. But I do have this one I'll use a catch from, so we're gonna keep this handy. And we got a lot of stuff to do now, so let's cut this, and then I'll open that up, get the catch in here, and then we'll test it to see if it actually works. I guess it's time for me to just show off this real quick. So the piece from this kit that I got is a little guide that goes inside of here, and you can also, as I've heard, oh geez, achieve this with what is this? What is this pipe? It should have the thing on it. Ah, 1/2 inch PVC. So, can you see that? Yeah. And all I gotta do is just cut off the right length and wrap it in E-tape and then shove it in here. But this piece came with the kit, so that just makes it a lot easier, and it's just gonna be another guide for the plunger, but also it's gonna be the spring stopper, so the spring isn't going so far back, because in the original Recon, the spring stopped back here. Oh, where are you guys? The spring stopped back here, and the plunger had to come all the way out here. So, now that that's not there anymore, we need something a lot smaller to make it all nice and dandy. So, let's get all these cuts and bits and bobs done, and then we'll actually be able to test this thing and see if it works. All right, I put it together. Let's see if it works. Oh my gosh, it catches. Let's try it out. Just have 2 random half darts. There's a fly on here. Get up. Okay, it's chambered. Woo! Oh my gosh, it actually works. And it fires decently well. It's quiet though. I wonder what the FPS is. I know y'all probably won't see it right now, but I'm setting up my chronograph over here fast just to see. 57. 73. Holding it all the way forward to get a full sealed breech. Full seal. 84. 84. 85. So we're in the right steps. We're taking the right steps right now. It's getting about the performance that I was, well, not performance, it works. That's the big thing right now. It works. But I think what I need to do is I need to either change the O-ring out or try to put in more power, because with how tight the O-ring is right now, the amount of power behind it is not enough to make it move as efficiently as it should be. Either that, or I just need to re-lube everything on the inside, which could also be the case. Because the spring is not terrible. The spring I originally was going to use, this one, it's a little bit longer, and it's actually a little bit thinner, so it doesn't fit on the plunger rod as nicely as I hoped. However, I don't know, it fits tightly on that too. Why is this considered a retaliator spring if it doesn't fit nicely on a retaliator? I don't know. I want to try this plunger tube in here because it's a little bit looser. And, you know, unfortunately not as nice. But that means we might still get higher performance because it's moving air just a wee bit faster. And if not, maybe I will just replace the O-ring. Actually, nah. I'll replace the O-ring. Actually, hold on. Maybe I do need to just relube the inside. I'm gonna try it fast. Yeah, no, that's still a really... Yeah. It's tight enough to the point where the O-ring... Yeah. Alright. New O-ring. These are from something. What is this? Well, that's a lot. It's a lot nicer. In the sense that it's not... Oh, let me reload this part too. It's nicer in the sense that it's not as firm as the other O-ring. So... let's take this, put that all back in there, make sure it's all coated. And then let's reinstall all of these goodies. We're gonna try something a little funky, because it's me, and it's gotta be somewhat creative, right? Stretching the spring out just a teensy little bit. And then we put all of it back together. And we see what kind of monster I've made. Let's grab some darts. Got literally every kind of dart you'd want, except that one. That's a bad dart. Got an AF Pro, Nerf Pro, Worker, and X-Shot Pro. Let's see how this is working now. 100! Oh my gosh! 86 with a Worker. 90 with Nerf Pro. And 91 with AF Pro. I mean, it's definitely up there. And I don't think I need this thing shooting pretty much any harder than that. Just the fact that this all works now is just, oh, it makes me so happy. And now it is back together. Firing just fine. Oh man. The one thing I do need to work on up here is this grip. I don't even know what's gonna happen with it, but I need to I need to cut down this inner barrel here because it will not go all the way on now. Because there's this sucker on here. So I'm gonna cut some of that down and then make sure that all fits nice and dandy. And I think, if anything, at least for the meantime, maybe not that stock. I might paint up this stock to go on here, because this is actually a sturdy and practical stock that can hold an extra mag. So I can do, I can do cool stuff like this if I need to. Yeah, that works really well. Yeah, I might just put those two together and then we're gonna figure out what the frick was going on with all these guys, but yeah. Let's get this barrel situated and then we'll be pretty much done with this for right now. Because of course I gotta get the stock looking all spiffy, but that'll happen another time. Alright, barrel stuff. And there we go. The barrel has now been cut down enough to accommodate the breech. Oh my gosh. I could not be more happy right now because this is a dream come true. Getting this thing to be actually a performer. And doing this kind of mod I've wanted to do for so long and never had an excuse to do so until now. So this just makes me so happy. So that all works. And, oh, what the frick? Oh, forgot to put this sucker on the bottom. Let me see if I can do that here real fast. There we go. Now it's all back together. Obviously the last thing I gotta do is just make this stock look the part, which means I'm gonna have to ruin it, which is hilarious, but the things you must do for the completed build. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. That is so cool. So a bit of a time jump. This is actually weeks later than where the video started, but that was because I was waiting for 2 more pieces to arrive to finish off this Retalicon build of the Ner-Fun. I wanted a bolt action because, well, when I first made the Ner-Fun way back in the day, I thought, you know, oh, more capacity magazine, this is my assault mag, and then I had a 6-round one that's painted up somewhere. That was gonna be like the sniper mag, and then I saw the actual performance of a stock recon, and I'm like, extra ammo at that point. But I want to actually make this thing bolt action, and that's gonna be real interesting. Never made a bolt action retaliator before. But now we're gonna do it. Let's open her up. Alright, we are in. I should probably crack these suckers out of their case real fast too. Because I believe all I need to do with this, oh geez, that is a beefy boy. How? Oh, interesting. Okay. Ah! Because I'm guessing all I need to do is just put the bolts. Oh, this is where life gets interesting. Of course it's going to go through, but then also, of course, because life can't always be easy, I have to... This have to go in before the breech goes in? Oh, it does. Ah. Okay. Get both of them out. And I'm gonna have to finagle with getting the breech out again to get these suckers installed. I was hoping that wouldn't be the case, but such is life. Alright, so I found out kind of weirdly, I don't know if it's just with how I put it in or something, but I can only put one bolt handle on, because the one on this side runs into the feed right there, if you can see that. Even if it's right here, it'll run into the little feed lip for the breech. So, and this works because I'm right-handed, so that'll work just fine for me. And I'm gonna put it back together and just see how well it works now, because I'm hoping it works. I'm hoping it works, and then I'll try the springs. But I'm gonna try it with whatever setup I got right now, and then we'll see anything else we can do from here, but I'm not sure it'll be much. All right, so I got it all back together and it works. I'm going to test real fast just how hard it is hitting, because I don't know, I want to try to get it up to, actually I don't even know what I want to get it up to, frankly. All right. Gosh, that is so whacked out and crazy with how well that works and how good that looks, to me at least. Oh jeez. I'm actually going to take this off just for chronoing purposes. Let's see what I'm getting. 86. I also did kind of flunk up that dart, so that's also probably why. 91. 96. 97. I want it to be clearing 100. I want this thing to clear 100. Alright. We keep looking. But just the fact that that all works is just so crazy to me. And I love the way it feels. Like this, I love. Ooh, hello. There we go. I didn't prime it all the way forward. Silly me. Alright. Spring options. Let's open this up. And the cool thing is, I still have the slides. So, I was thinking I could do, you know, like half slide, half not slide, but I think what I want to try to do is put the slide on the stock as like a cheek rest of sorts. That way it still stays in theme and I get to keep these because it's still a part of the watch's history. But that's going to be something for another time. I want to crank up the power on the thing. And this, no. All right, let's see what we got for this thing. Alright, that took way longer than it should have, and that hurt my hands a little bit. But we are going to try this spring combo. Once again, using a cut down striker spring because I had the original and the down powered one, and they seem to work well for these things. Oh, hello. Why so beefy? It no go. Why no go? It's like all cramping up. Hold on. I gotta do it the other way. That should be a lot better. Should keep it flat too, if anything. Oh, get the stock. Hold on. Oh, come on. You literally work with a longer spring. Oh boy. The joys of working with springers. lot of pain, but it's worth it in the end. I'm gonna finagle with this for a little bit and see if I can get this to work. And if that doesn't, I might have other springs that could. All right, so cool thing is, I guess I don't need this massively heavy spring for this. I was able to get it to work with a much lighter spring, which is so cool. And it was getting the same power as the whole power stock setup got. So, like, let me show y'all. 112, 115, 110. Yeah, that is perfectly fine for this thing. Just, I am amazed. Like, that works so well. Can I one finger prime it? I can. Yes. Is it pinky primable? It is. Ah! That makes me so happy. Oh my gosh. I mean, until I get this on the back, or hold on, this goes to where? This goes to here. I'm trying to think if I could maybe cut off some of it and then glue it to the body so that I can have a rail to maybe put on a scope. Because if I have it here, yeah, something like the scope actually wouldn't be terrible. I'm so jazzed right now that it works as well as it does. You know what? I got some time. I'm gonna see if I can try to mount this on here. Holy crap. Here we go. So I guess just real quick to show off what I just did, I cut off a little, well, I took the slide and I cut off pieces of it to make it fit right here, so I still have space to put on and take off the stock. And now all I gotta do is just probably super glue it into place, if anything. Yeah. And just make sure I don't super glue all the way around, because I still would like to be able to open it if need be. So, yeah, and I'm holding on to the tooth for the tack rail as well. Yeah. I think I'll only glue it on one side because screwing it in will hold it together. Because I also need these two screw holes to be open if I need to access the blaster. So, with all that knowledge in mind, I am now going to come over here and do a lot of the same cuts to make that work. And then I'm going to glue this side to the blaster and then get this cut up and screwed over here. Alright, let's end this. This is crazy. I can't believe this is actually happening. Oh man, I've been wanting this blaster for so long. Right, that looks just about right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm gonna put all that back together fast. That's all gonna go right there. Screws in the top. granted, it won't be the strongest bond to the blaster. And I mean, if it does come off at some point, I could always reattach it. Oh my gosh. Look at that. This makes me so happy that it is all now, like, fully together. I gotta shoot it some more. Hold on. Oh, that is so cool. And then once again, just to check. Yeah, 114. That is just fine in my book. And I can still take the stock off just fine. I can take off the stock attachment piece if I need to. Oh, this makes me so happy. I mean, obviously not as happy as getting 500 subs, but this I feel was a good way to celebrate. To work on an old blaster and bring it up to the modern standard, and just the fact that I could do this is just a testament to all you guys and your support. Just, come on. No, you were just balancing. Oh man. I just have to get some more proper firing footage. So, what else is there even to say? Besides, thank y'all so much for getting me to 500 subscribers. I know other videos have posted since I've gotten to 500 and it's whatever, but this is the official 500 sub special. Because I wanted to do something for it, and there's something I've been wanting to do for the longest time, and I finally have the capabilities and the knowledge and the know-how to do it, and now it's here. This is what I wanted years ago when I had started nerfing. And the cool thing is, and I guess the funny thing is, it's also technically HVZ legal, because it shoots under 120, which in my opinion is just hilarious. It means I could take this to an HVZ and actually use it if I wanted to. Will I? Probably, actually, just for the sheer fun of it, shooting zombies like a sniper. But, incredible. absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much for getting me to this point, for the support, the comments, the views. Like somehow some of my videos got as many views as they did, in the thousands, for whatever reason. But yeah, thank you guys so much. It means a lot. And now I have this cool thing that I could actually legitimately use at events if I really, really wanted to. And I probably will, knowing me. I'm gonna have fun with my little toy here. Once again, thank you guys so much. And of course, I will see you guys in the next video.